There is a version of life that feels acceptable, not exciting, not fulfilling, but comfortable enough that you don't question it. You wake up, you go through your routine, you do what needs to be done. And when things become difficult, you step away, you delay, you avoid, you choose something easier, and in the moment, it feels harmless. A small break, a small delay, a small decision. But these small decisions are not isolated. They repeat, they accumulate, they become patterns, and those patterns quietly shape your life, not dramatically, not suddenly, but slowly, until one day you look back and realize you didn't move forward. You stayed in place, comfortably. Imagine this. You have something important to do, a task, a goal, something that matters. You sit down to begin, and immediately you feel resistance, not physical, mental. It feels heavy, uncomfortable. So you pause, you check your phone, just for a moment. You scroll, you relax, and suddenly, time disappears. Later, you return, but the discomfort is still there. So you delay again, and by the end of the day, nothing changed. Not because you didn't care, but because comfort was easier. Comfort feels right, because it removes tension, it avoids uncertainty, it reduces effort. Your brain interprets this as safety, even when there is no real danger. So every time you choose comfort, your brain reinforces it. It says, this is good, this is safe. Repeat this, and you do. Again and again. Comfort is not a single decision. It is a loop, a sequence, a pattern. You feel discomfort. You avoid it. You choose something easier. You feel relief, and that relief reinforces the behavior. So next time, you do it faster, more automatically, until eventually you don't even notice it. Asterisk every easy choice comes with a reward, small, immediate, pleasurable, and over time, your brain begins to expect it. It craves it. So when something requires effort, it resists because effort feels slow and comfort feels instant, and instant wins. Now consider the cost, not today, not tomorrow, but over time, opportunities missed, skills not developed, progress delayed, life postponed. And the hardest part is this: you don't feel it immediately. You realize it later, when time has passed and nothing has changed. The solution is not extreme change. It is controlled discomfort, small moments, where you choose differently, where you act, even when it feels uncomfortable, and slowly, you retrain your mind every day. You choose comfort or growth, and that choice defines your future. Asterisk, you didn't decide to become comfortable. It happened slowly, so slowly. You didn't notice it at first. It was small, a delay, a shortcut, a moment of ease, and each time, it felt harmless, because nothing bad happened, nothing immediate, nothing obvious. So you repeated it again and again and again, until one day, it wasn't a choice anymore. It was a pattern, and that pattern became your default. Your brain is designed to conserve energy, to avoid unnecessary effort, to choose the path of least resistance, because in the past, that increased survival. Less effort meant less risk. So your brain learned easy equals safe, hard equals uncertain, and even today, that system still runs, even when it no longer serves you. Every time you choose comfort, your brain rewards you, not in a big way, but in a small, consistent way. A feeling of relief, a sense of ease, a moment of satisfaction, and that reward teaches your brain something. Do this again. So next time, you choose comfort faster, more automatically, more easily, until eventually, it becomes your default response. Now something changes, you begin to lose tolerance. For discomfort, things that used to feel manageable now feel difficult. Things that require effort feel overwhelming, not because they are harder, but because you are less used to them. Your threshold lowers, your resistance decreases, and comfort becomes necessary. This affects more than your actions. It affects your thinking. You begin to avoid challenges, avoid risks, avoid anything that feels uncertain, and over time, your world becomes smaller, not physically, but mentally. Because you are no longer expanding, you are maintaining. You feel stuck, not because you lack ability, but because your actions are limited by comfort. You want more, but you choose easy. You think about change, but you delay action. And this creates tension, frustration, confusion, because part of you wants growth. But your behavior chooses comfort. Now pause. Look at your day. How often do you choose easy? How often do you avoid effort? How often do you delay? What actually matters? And how much of your life is shaped by comfort? This is not laziness. This is conditioning. A system built over time, reinforced by repetition, and until you see it clearly. You cannot change it. Asterisk at some point. You see it clearly, the pattern, the loop, the repeated choice of comfort, and you realize something simple, but uncomfortable. No one is holding you back. There is no external barrier, no hidden limitation, just a series of small decisions that keep you where you are, and that realization changes everything, because now you cannot pretend anymore. Now you have a choice. Continue choosing easy, or start choosing differently. You cannot rely on motivation, because motivation is temporary. Asterisk, it comes and goes. It depends on how you feel, and comfort does not depend on how you feel. It is always available, always easier. So if your progress depends on motivation, asterisk, you will always return to comfort, because comfort is consistent. Asterisk, motivation is not. The solution is not extreme discipline. It is controlled discomfort. Asterisk, small, intentional choices that go against comfort. You don't need to change everything. You just need to change something. One decision, one action, one moment, where you choose effort instead of ease. And that moment matters more than you think. Your tolerance for discomfort, asterisk, can be rebuilt. Just like a muscle. Asterisk, at first, it feels difficult, unnatural, resistant. Asterisk, but over time, it becomes easier because your brain adapts. Asterisk again. But this time, in your favor, you cannot rely on willpower alone. So you change your environment, remove easy distractions, reduce comfort triggers, create structure. Because behavior follows environment. Asterisk, and environment can be controlled. This is where everything changes. You are no longer someone who avoids effort. Asterisk, you become someone who chooses growth. Not perfectly, not always, but consistently. Asterisk, and identity is what sustains behavior. Small choices, repeat and repetition, creates results, not instantly, but inevitably, because consistency compounds. Asterisk, and over time, your life begins to shift. You don't need more time. Asterisk, you don't need more motivation. You need better choices, because every day, asterisk, you decide comfort or growth, and that decision defines your future. This is Cogniwealth. Think deeper, build smarter.